The Middle East is on the edge once again. As nuclear negotiations resume between the United States and Iran, intelligence reports suggest Israel could be preparing a strike on Iranian nuclear facilities, reigniting fears of full-scale regional conflict. In this report, we break down the diplomatic double play unfolding, talks in Rome, threats from Tel Aviv, and Iran's fiery response. Signs of a potential military flashpoint are intensifying across the Middle East. US intelligence sources reveal that Israel is weighing a preemptive strike on Iran's nuclear infrastructure, an escalation that could upend regional stability. According to an American-based media report citing senior officials, while no final decision has been made so far, Israeli Air Force, however, has been conducting high-intensity drills, and there are growing movement of air munitions suggesting possible attack preparations.
The timing is critical. Even as the US engages Iran in fifth round of nuclear talks, the threat to military conflict looms large. Israel has repeatedly called Iran's uranium enrichment program a red line. With Washington still pursuing diplomacy, Tel Aviv may not wait for negotiations to succeed, especially if they fear a nuclear-capable Iran is near.
Iran, meanwhile, has warned that any Israeli military strike would trigger a decisive response, and the United States would bear legal responsibility for any such aggression as Israel's closest ally and arms provider.
Uranium enrichment is an integral part of Iran's peaceful nuclear energy and nuclear industry and must be maintained. We will not make the slightest concession in this regard.
Tensions are further complicated by Iran's internal stance. Supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei recently called US demands to halt enrichment excessive and outrageous. For Iran, enrichment is both a matter of national pride and strategic leverage.
Despite the war rhetoric, diplomacy isn't off the table. Iranian and US delegations concluded their fifth round of nuclear talks in Rome recently. Mediated by Oman, the talks showed limited but notable progress. Arkichi said the two sides exchanged concrete proposals and that these would now be reviewed in respective capitals.
We have just completed one of the most professional rounds of negotiations. Once again, we clearly articulated the principled position of Islamic Republic of Iran regarding the negotiations. Our positions are completely clear, and we are standing firmly by them.
But major hurdles remain. Chief among them, uranium enrichment. The United States is pushing for a civilian-only nuclear program with zero enrichment, a stance Iran rejects. Tehran insists on retaining domestic enrichment capacity, viewing it as non-negotiable. Meanwhile, Israeli intelligence officials have reportedly flown to Rome for side talks with United States negotiators. Mossad and Strategic Affairs Ministry officials are believed to be pushing Washington to hold firm on restrictions and not sign what they call a bad deal.
איראן נשארה איום רציני מאוד על ישראל.
Iran remains a very serious threat to Israel. We are, of course, in full coordination with the United States. We are talking to them all the time. And we hope that if they can reach an agreement that will prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapon, that means it will prevent Iran from being able to enrich uranium. If this is certainly achieved, we will, of course, welcome it. But in any case, the state of Israel reserves the right to defend itself against a regime that threatens to destroy us.
אבל בכל מקרה, מדינת ישראל...
What's unfolding is a diplomatic double bind. While Washington seeks a negotiated deal, it is quietly preparing for conflict, boosting surveillance and reassessing military logistics should Israel go rogue. For Iran, this duality reeks of bad faith, negotiating with one hand, backing a hostile actor with another.
The stakes couldn't be higher. A single Israeli strike could ignite a chain reaction of retaliation and counter-retaliation, pulling the US and the entire region into a prolonged conflict. Iran says it has capability to build a bomb, but not the intent. Israel, on the other hand, says it won't wait for an intent to fall into an action. So will missiles fly or will diplomacy prevail? That remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. As nuclear talks continue and as threats escalate, the countdown to confrontation has begun. With camera person Vishwa Bandhu Nancy Baloda for DD India.